Hello, I'm Justin Porter, and tonight I want to discuss a subject where I believe Mother Nature is God. Now, I'm not talking about marijuana, which I don't smoke marijuana, even though I think it should be legal. And if marijuana is illegal in Australia, I believe that alcohol should be illegal too. And the last time I had a drink of alcohol was the 11th of July this year. I had one beer. Nikki and I went to the pub and we had a meal at the pub, and I had a beer and it made my head feel numb. And I didn't enjoy it. It tasted good, but so I don't have alcohol. I've only had six beers this year. Six beers this year. And I only have one at a time. So I haven't had a beer for 4 months. 4 months. And I just don't feel like it. It's funny, I just don't feel like alcohol. I don't smoke dope. But what I'm talking about tonight is I believe that Mother Nature is God. As an agnostic atheist, I get a lot of people ask me, do you believe in God? Do you believe in God? And I think the best way to address it is ask the person, what do you mean by God? What do you mean by God? What's your definition of God? And they may say Jesus, they may say Allah. Usually it's Jesus. I'll say, well, what is God? What's God made of? And I'll say a spirit. And then you say, well, what is spirit? What is spirit? Well, it's like your breath, it's like wind. Ask them questions like that. And we'll say, can you introduce me to your God right now in person so I can have a conversation with them? Or they'll say, no, Jesus is in your heart. Well, then look at them and say, yes, I do believe in God. I can see her, I can touch her, I can taste her, I can hear her, and I can feel her. And she's all around me. The trees, the birds. The cat, Tommy the apostate cat, is next door with Nikki at a Zoom meeting. Yes. But I can feel nature all around me. Look at the trees, the sky, the beautiful life of kangaroos here in Australia, trees, mountains. That's my Mother Nature, that's my God, and I can smell her, touch, taste, feel, and hear her. The crickets at night, the stars at night, the beautiful sun that keeps us warm, And they may look at you funny, and they say, well, oh, no, it's a personal God. You have a relationship. You can pray with the God. And I said, well, Mother Nature, she doesn't talk to me. She doesn't want my worship because she doesn't even know I exist. She doesn't care about me. But she's the reason why I'm here. And, but she can't give me everlasting life. She can't make me live forever. But as an agnostic, it doesn't mean there is no afterlife, because there could be an afterlife. I don't know. As an agnostic, I don't know if there is an afterlife. So, but Mother Nature, as far as I know, she can't give me everlasting life. She doesn't talk to me, I can't pray to her, she doesn't know I exist. But I can discover Mother Nature by looking under a microscope, looking through a telescope, and she doesn't care if I do that or not. She's awesome, she's awe-inspiring, even with my beautiful Jehovah's Witness wife, Nicole, who's in the next room. Sometimes at dinner, when we eat our tea together, lunch, I'll say a little prayer to Mother Nature. I'll say, thank you, Mother Nature, for the beautiful food we're about to eat. And Nicole will say, hey, wait a minute, you're an atheist. You don't believe in God. I'm praying to Mother Nature. I'm praying to Mother Nature. I went to the Pentecostal church a couple of years ago. Everyone was praising Jesus. They were all saying prayers to Jesus. I said, thank you, Mother Nature, for this beautiful life that you give us. And we have to look after you, Mother Nature, because of climate change, and we're the ones to suffer. And you ever thought that maybe Mother Nature has always existed? You ever thought that matter may have always existed, but it's forever evolving and changing into different life forms? Like we had dinosaurs, we had mastodons, we had giant sloths, we had mammoths, we had saber-toothed tigers, we had all these living things on Earth that we don't have now. Maybe matter is always changing and evolving. If we get wiped out by climate change on Earth, some other life form may take over the Earth. Maybe humans will have their day. And if we don't look after Mother Nature, she bites back with climate change. And she doesn't like too much carbon dioxide. But one of the reasons why I don't believe in a personal God, one of the reasons why I don't believe in a personal God who cares about us, was, don't you think he'd tell Adam and Eve in the Garden of Eden, oh, thou shalt not dig up fossilized wood, which is coal, and use it as fuel. Thou shalt not dig up oil and use it as fuel. And even though they didn't have it back then, cars or anything like that, why didn't he tell us that back in the 1800s? Why didn't he say to people in 1886, when Henry Ford invented the first motor car in 1886, when Henry Ford was 23, hey, so a worldwide announcement, thou shalt not use fossil fuels. If thou shalt disobey me and use fossil fuels, thou shalt become extinct. Why not? You know, the angel Moroni appeared to Joseph Smith in the year 1830, give him some golden plates, and he printed the Book of Mormon. Why can't God, who's supposed to care about us, and what are those poor people in Valencia, Spain, drowning in their cars? Drowning in their cars, and I'm sure a lot of them were Jehovah's Witnesses. Some of those people drowning in the cars, 217 people have drowned in Valencia, Spain. So far, that's the death toll, 217. Some of them were Jehovah's Witnesses, some of them were Catholics, some of them were Protestants. Why didn't God step in and stop them from drowning? Stop them from drowning, you know? Doesn't God care about them? And another reason why I don't believe in God is because of pedophiles. What if you got if you saw a pedophile priest touching your child, you would step in. You would step in, wouldn't you? Now, that priest probably said a prayer to God, please don't help. Take away this evil desire. Take away this evil desire that I have. Why doesn't God step in and prevent that from happening? Because as a parent, you would stop your child being harmed by a priest. God just stands back and watches and does nothing at all. And religious institutions, Jehovah's Witnesses and the Catholic Church, have hid pedophiles for years. They don't report them to the police. Is there a God of love? Would you step in and stop that? If you would step in and stop a child from being molested, your morals are better than God. You're more moral than God is. Or just stop that priest having that desire in the first place. Just cut the desire, you know. And humans are evolved primates. We didn't come from Adam and Eve, we're evolved primates. We share 98.8% DNA with chimpanzees. Chimpanzees and humans not only look like each other, they act like each other. Chimpanzees practice cannibalism. Humans been known to can be cannibals, humans. Chimpanzees land theft, they steal land of other chimpanzees. Murder, land theft, murder, genocide. They kill other males in other tribes. Chimpanzees also practice capital punishment. Yes, chimpanzees practice capital punishment. I watched a chimpanzee documentary, and there's one chimpanzee was stealing all this fruit, taking all this fruit, more than his fair share, and the other chimpanzees killed him. They killed him. So capital punishment. So you see that chimpanzees practice cannibalism. They're the only apes that eat meat. Now, chimpanzees, orangutans and gorillas share only 95% DNA with each other. Then you get bonobos. The bonobo ape is a bit smaller than a chimpanzee. Even looks a little bit more human than a chimp. Look them up, bonobos, B-O-N-O-B-O-S, bonobos. Look them up on YouTube. Now, bonobos practice homosexuality. The girl bonobos do it with each other. The boy bonobos do it with each other. Now, I'm not gay. I'm a happy married man with my wife. Bonobos also practice pedophilia, which is a crime, a horrible thing. It harms a child. Now, why do they do it? God, are they sinful? So that horrible crime of pedophilia is found in bonobo apes. Yeah, homosexuality, And all these things we didn't evolve from bonobos, we didn't evolve from chimpanzees, but we have a long distant ancestor. We branched off in the family tree, We had Neanderthals, we had Cro-Magnons, we had Homo sapiens. We're all basically primates, just different varieties of primates. We act differently, we have different diets, act differently. And these animal instincts that we have, I don't call it sin, we call it animal instincts. We have to curb them. And if we don't curb our animal instincts, we should be locked up in prison, or capital punishment, If we break the law, if we do something wrong, because chimpanzees murder, bonobos homosexual, bonobos also pedophiles, chimpanzees are cannibals, they practice land theft, and chimps also practice capital punishment too. So as humans, we practice capital punishment. Back in the 1700s, they used to behead people. Back in the 1800s, they'd hang people, shoot people. We have capital punishment in some countries we don't. So we are primates, evolved primates. We weren't made in the image of God. God doesn't care about us.